Customs and Border Protection published data last Friday about what happened at the U.S.-Mexico border in July. Here are three highlights. First, in July, 56,408 people crossed the border between the official ports of entry and ended up in Border Patrol custody. Whether they crossed the Rio Grande, climbed the border wall, or walked through the desert, this number marks the fewest people crossing quote unquote improperly since September 2020, back when Donald Trump was president. The sharp drop in crossings is largely due to two overlapping crackdowns. Mexico has been aggressively blocking migrants or busing them to the southern part of the country, which caused migration between ports of entry to drop by half in January. Then, in early June, the Biden administration started refusing asylum to most people who cross the border this way. For now, this strategy has cut migration in half again, as President Biden pointed out in his convention speech on Monday. Second, the drop in crossings has leveled off. Weekly data about migrant apprehension from a few Border Patrol sectors show sharp drops through June and early July, followed by a plateau. No further reductions. That's something we've seen before when crackdowns happen. Numbers drop and then level off as migrants and smugglers figure out what's happening, and then they start rising again. Third, asylum seekers are trying to use the CBP One phone app to schedule appointments at official border crossings. For instance, back in December, 81% of Venezuelans at the border were apprehended by Border Patrol for crossing improperly. But by July, 95% of Venezuelans were coming to official ports of entry, nearly always with CBP One appointments. The catch is that CBP hasn't increased the number of appointments. They've held them steady since June of last year, refusing to process more asylum seekers. This means more people are stuck waiting in Mexico for months, with wait times growing. It's important that CBP offer more appointments to people using the app, especially now that Border Patrol is less busy. There's a lot more in the July data, information about nationalities, drug seizures, unaccompanied kids and families, about where along the border people are crossing. You can read about that in WOLA's commentaries and weekly border updates at WOLA.org.